Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and uncover a bit of a mystery, honestly. Why do some users get these amazing, completely mind-blowing results, while others just think it's another basic, run-of-the-mill chatbot? Have you ever wondered about that gap? Because it's huge. You've got some people out there producing incredible work in record time, and others just getting, well, standard, boring text.
Well, here's the truth. Most users are actually stuck in a trap, utilizing maybe 10% of what this tool can actually do. They're totally missing out on an entire ecosystem of productivity tools hidden right beneath the surface.
So to bridge that gap, we're going to explore 10 hidden tricks today that will completely change the way you work. Seriously, some of these features are so profoundly useful that after this overview, you'll probably never work the same way again. And you'll definitely want to stick with us to the end because our final trick is a multi-step workflow strategy that can literally save you hours every single week. Here's our roadmap for leveling up your productivity today. First, we'll cover the 10% trap, then upgrading your AI workspace. Next, supercharging your inputs, followed by perfecting AI outputs, and finally, we'll wrap up with the ultimate pro workflow. All right, part 1, the 10% trap, or moving way beyond basic chatting. Which leads us to part 2, upgrading your AI workspace and really redefining how you interact with it. Let's kick things off with trick number 1, artifacts. Honestly, this is the biggest reason developers and creatives absolutely love this tool. Think about standard AI. It usually just spits out a block of text or code, right? And then you're left trying to figure out what to do with it. But with artifacts, it goes so much further. It actually builds a live, interactive workspace. If you ask for a calculator, it builds a functional one right there on the spot. Need a website layout? Boom! It generates a working version you can preview immediately. Instead of playing this awful game of copy-paste ping-pong with another editor, you can test and improve everything directly inside the platform. It takes you from a static chat to an active development environment, which is just brilliant if you're a beginner who doesn't know how to set things up manually. Trick number 2 is projects. And wow, this fixes a huge mistake we all make. Think about how much time you waste re-explaining your brand or your tone or your goals every single time you open a new session. It's exhausting, isn't it? Projects basically give you a dedicated space to keep all your related files, specific instructions, and ongoing conversations in one centralized hub that's specifically designed for long-term work. The really cool thing here is that instead of explaining everything over and over again, it actually retains the context of your project. Imagine you're writing a book, building a website, or managing a business. Every future conversation you have in that project is instantly smarter because the AI already understands your overarching goals. It stops feeling like you're talking to a blank slate chatbot and starts feeling a lot more like you're collaborating with an assistant who already knows exactly what you're trying to achieve. Moving right along to section 3, supercharging your inputs. Basically, feeding it the right data. This brings us to tricks 4 and 7, massive input capabilities and visual understanding. You know, most people upload a couple of pages and just stop there. But this thing is built for scale. It can summarize extremely long documents. We're talking entire business reports, dense research papers, literally full books. It keeps track of the details, compares sections, and even identifies contradictions for you. And it doesn't stop at text either. With visual understanding, you can upload screenshots, charts, website designs, or even your messy scribbled handwritten notes. You can ask it to analyze what's wrong with a design or recreate a layout in code. It's an absolute game changer for students, researchers, and content creators. And then we have trick number 9, connectors and integrations. Depending on your plan, you can securely link directly with your supported tools and services. This means you're working with your real files and live information in real time. It completely eliminates that mind-numbing process of manually copying and pasting everything back and forth. It turns it into a deeply integrated, highly capable productivity assistant. All right, section 4, perfecting AI outputs and tailoring those results to exactly what you need. Just look at the distinct difference between basic prompting and real customization. Basic prompting usually means you're constantly repeating your instructions or using incredibly vague terms like write professionally, which, let's face it, is way too basic. But by utilizing trick 3, memory, and trick 5, custom writing styles, it's a completely different ballgame. With memory enabled, it automatically remembers your preferences over time. And with custom writing styles, you dictate exactly how it sounds. Maybe you need strong, punchy hooks for YouTube scripts, or simple language with an engaging ending, or perhaps you need a highly formal, persuasive tone. You can even have it imitate the exact structure of your own previous writing. By defining these parameters once, the system remembers and applies them automatically, saving you from having to manually edit every single response. Now, if you ever struggle with giving the right instructions in the first place, trick number 6 is a massive secret weapon. I mean, hardly anyone talks about this. You can use it as your own personal prompt engineer. All you have to do is submit this exact prompt. Rewrite my prompt so an expert would ask it, then answer it. It is so simple, but the jump in output quality is insane. Instead of guessing how to ask a question, you're literally letting the AI optimize your instructions and set up the perfect parameters before it even begins generating your answer. Which brings us to Section 5, the ultimate pro workflow. Advanced strategies for critical thinking. Trick number 8 takes a bit of a mindset shift. You see, most of us treat AI like a cheerleader. We ask things like, hey, is my idea good? And because AI naturally tries to be polite, you just get automatic agreement. But we really don't need another yes man, right? Instead, ask it to act as a critical reviewer. Tell it to find weaknesses, challenge your assumptions, and explicitly explain why your idea could totally fail. By demanding constructive criticism instead of a pat on the back, you elevate the AI into a real analytical partner. A lot of pros say this one simple shift dramatically improves the value they get out of it. And here we are at trick number 10, the ultimate time saver we promised you. Instead of just dumping one massive complex question into the chat and crossing your fingers for the best, professionals build conversations using a 4-step workflow. Step 1, ask it to plan the task. Step 2, ask it to critique its own plan. Step 3, ask it to improve the weaknesses it just found. And finally, step 4, ask it to generate the final version based on that vastly improved plan. This technique almost always produces significantly better results than asking for everything at once, simply because each logical step refines and improves the next. Ultimately, when we step back and look at the whole AI landscape, this tool obviously has some incredible, unique strengths, especially when it comes to interactive workspaces through artifacts, handling massive documents, utilizing custom writing styles, and keeping deep project-based context. But the true power user understands reality. The smartest approach isn't having blind loyalty to one single tool forever. It's knowing exactly when to pull these specific, unique capabilities out of your toolbox to perfectly match whatever task you're trying to conquer. So I want you to take a second and think about your own daily tasks, your upcoming projects, the bottlenecks you're facing right now. Which of these 10 hidden tricks are you going to try first to work smarter, save time, and honestly, stay ahead of the curve? Are you going to let it be your prompt engineer, or maybe adopt that 4-step critical reviewer workflow? The tools to escape the 10% trap are literally right in front of you. The only question is, are you ready to unlock the other 90%?